it'll be a full wipe on full release, but it's at least a year until full release, so by that point we'll be ready for it, I think. Just now for me it's like making as many builds as I can, seeing what I want on main, if I want to do 2 or 3 characters on full release, if there's more to do. It's a great time for me to just explore what builds there are possible, see what playstyles I like the most, you know? Yeah. This is it's got everything you need really in this one. The weapon is like the main reason I started doing this one. I always wanted to do a spear. A few people are asking for it, but it's turned out way better than what I thought. I had a few ideas, but I knew I wanted to make it in the fast range, and I was just hoping it'd have good movement and good sort of attacks. But this build just has like everything. It's got really good survivability, incredible lifesteal. You'll see the attack sometimes get like 150 health sometimes, like if it crits. Such a good variety of moves, and it's rapid as well. When you go around the world and do this, you just fly around the world. It's super quick. Really good stamina, really good recovery. Just a really good mix of ways of playing. You can constantly manage the distance. You can just see on the boss, like I'm just doing stabs sometimes, doing that. You can't even get in range sometimes, it's just really, really good all round. The weapon, attack speed, durability. It makes it really fluid, nice to play, gets lots of quick attacks in. Whenever you want to do that, get out quicker, really, really good to have that. Crit chance as well, because you get 20% on the weapon, 15 here, so that's straight up getting near enough 47% crit chance overall, something like that. And then in terms of the crit chance on the other pieces, I have a couple more here. And it's works about 95% crit chance because I got 2 hits here, 2 hits here as well, so that's 30%. So, I'm getting like 22.5 additional with the gems on that, so that's like 52.5 plus the 20 there, 72.5. Then I got another crit chance here, which is like 20%, so yeah, it's getting like 90 to 95% crit chance on this. Closer towards a 95, I think, though. Once I boost this up a bit. So really good crit chance. The crit damage, you get 150 base, and then I get another 50 there, so 200%. And then I get another, let's say 45 or something. 40. 45, sorry. No, sorry, 35, isn't it? Yeah, so you like 235 crit damage. But the real key thing with this is I got 4 armor pen here. So 30% armor pen is like having 2 15% armor pens on 2 pieces of gear, right? Then I got 2 here as well, so I got 52% armor pen. So I could take it out one of the other pieces. So I have physical damage in every piece here, which really boosts the damage a lot. And that allows me to run this helmet, which is a plate helmet. So the setup here, I've got plate helmet, cloth, chest, mesh gloves and leather pants, right? Because I wanted it to look like a sort of like a Spartan warrior style, so that's what I went for. But it just so turned out that I also got really good damage boosts on the pieces. So you don't necessarily want to copy this, because what's the chance you're going to get 4 in my armor pen? I've only ever had 2 items get 4 exalts in a row. This is the second time I've had it. But the real key thing that's going to help you with this setup is the shield here. So this shield is a common shield, and I think common shields are possibly better for the way you want to do this build, because a lot of the boosts on purple and blue shields are based around blocking and parrying, and I don't do either of those. So the lifesteal 10% here works with the spear. Now when you combine that 10% with these gloves, I have I could put durability again in the gloves, but I've just got the durable facet so I can get more damage. But this 20% healing based on durability, boosted by 75%, goes to 35%, right? When it's 25. So I get 35% of 200, which is 70. I get 70% boosted healing, which means this lifesteal is actually 17%. But I also get a boost from the gem there, 60%, so 17 is actually about 23% lifesteal over that. I haven't got the top tier gem yet because I didn't want to waste it, but 23% lifesteal, that's why a stab is giving me so much lifesteal, so you'll see the lifesteal on this is insane. It's also pretty tanky with this setup, not huge tankiness, but I've got a lot in health and a lot in the equip load to give it that survivability as well, so it's got really good movement, really good survivability, really good regen. I never have to use food on this build, really. I might sometimes, but only on a boss. Armor pen, you know, we're getting 75-80% with this, pretty much where you want to be. But to get physical damage in here as well, I've got 50%, 52%-ish, when I max it all out, physical damage, plus the 30% off the boost here. So 80% physical damage boost, massive boost. That's why I cannot run so much damage here. I've only got 23 in both the damage stats, which is really low, right? But with all these boosts, it just makes it more viable. Now, if I was you, I'd possibly try to do a mesh or even a leather helmet here and drop the equip load. You could drop a lot of equip load and get a lot more in damage, and I think that probably is the best way to do it. And I might do it as well. I'm not sure yet, but I really like the style of this helmet because it suits the kind of Spartan look, and so I tried to make it work, and it worked for me. But if you like a different helmet style or you run no helmet, I would probably run a leather helmet here. And you will get around about probably 12 to 13 equip load points you can put into damage and really juice the damage up even more. You would lose some tankiness, but you would lose a lot actually, because this gives me 200 armor. So it gives me double my chest. It gives me almost as much as my chest and my pants. So if I take this helmet off, I go to 27. If I put it in, I go to 37. So you're going to lose like 7% armor. So bear that in mind, you will be a lot weaker. But, you know, you could stack Plague Resist in the rings maybe to help out with that, because everything's pretty much Plague at the moment. Charged attack damage, that again, you could get a better roll than me. I got 1 in every slot, but if you get 30% plus, fantastic. That's why the charged attacks do a lot of damage, but it's really good because you can use all the attacks here. You don't have to use charged attacks all the time, save that for some of the chunkier enemies, but another key piece that really helps, I've got the durability going on here, but this one, I've got, also again, I only use the facet. I don't need triple because that's overkill. I used the stamina recovery, durable facet, and durable enchantment on the two-handed sword build because it really needs it, I think, but this one doesn't as much because of the way you can manage your the range of the fight. You can decide how the fight goes with this. If you want to go in, you can drop out a bit, let it recover, right? But with 175 and this percentage getting boosted, so let's say 40%, right? 40% of 175, you're getting like, you know, you're getting something like 70% boost in your stamina recovery, which takes it to almost 60, which is really, really good. So yeah, my stamina comes back really good, and I've got, how much stamina have I got? 108. So it comes back really quick with 108 stamina. Now you probably notice in the ring, I don't usually run this ring, but you want to boost your stamina with this because you want to be able to just keep doing a lot of attacks, keeping it going, and keep on the move, right? Now, You could say, why do you put loads of points into stamina? Well, like I said, you need a lot of health, you need damage, you need equip load, so you just haven't got the points, so this is the way to do it. To counteract this drain health in combat, I have a health regen here. But the reason I have this, it also generates health in combat despite this cancelling it out because of the boost here. So this boost here boosts the health regen, so this actually almost gets doubled. So this only takes half of that, so this actually still gives you about 1.5 health a second with this setup, with this health, this healing boost here. Yeah, it still works out really, really well. With the health regen, so that doesn't do anything. This is really important as well, because you get stamina back on hit. You want to be able to constantly keep moving and attacking, right? And you'll see I do eventually run out of stamina a lot because the spear does cost a lot. It's 14 per hit, so every attack is 14, right? So it does fly down a bit. And then this ring, obviously, because you want a bit of move speed as well. Now you could run the attack speed ring maybe as well if you wanted to do that, but you're going to burn through your stamina quick, and it's really quick with this setup anyway. But yeah, I obviously run durable here, and I don't run the attack speed ring, so all the attack speed is in the weapon, and it's plenty. It's all you need really. But yeah, if you want that stamina to stay up, so you're never really desperate on stamina, you're kind of always able to just keep going, then these 3 rings are very, very good to do that. Highly recommend them. So yeah, 2 in crit damage, 3 in crit chance, but try and get 2 15s in crit chance to make that work. If you don't get 2 15s, you might need to drop one of the crit damage. Potentially. I don't know. Armor pen, if you can get a bunch out into armor pen on 2, it's got 2 here, then 4 here on the exalts, then you can drop armor pen here. If you don't get that, run armor pen here instead of physical, because you've already got 4 as it is. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 physical. You don't need to run the 5th in pants. I would run armor pen here. It's very unlikely you're going to get this. This is pretty rare to get 4 hits in one. So the planner is going to probably be the same as this, but just bear in mind, like I said, you need to be probably running armor pen instead of physical damage here. So I guess those who just kind of look at the planner might not get that, but the rest of the gems in here, I mean, you can put where you want it in, but I think extra stamina is good. And this gem, from what I know, it does work, this extra boost. I don't know if it's a bug, but supposedly this does work. There's not really a good one I could put in on the 4th slot, so I thought I'd put this enchantment power in. But I would say it probably does work because the lifesteal I'm getting is crazy, so yeah, it probably does work. One thing I would say, like, I would change this helmet for a mesh or a leather. Probably a mesh, because you probably get like 7 or 8 points back anyway. Stats wise, like I said, the health is very high on this because you want to utilise that lifesteal as much as possible. You want to be quite tanky with this. You've got insane lifesteal, so like 3 hits of this, you're going to be full health. Maybe even 2 sometimes, depending on the enemy and the level of them. So yeah, you want to get to about 300 health is the minimum, I would say. 340 health with this exact setup is enough to survive 2 hits from the Echo Knight and not die, which is what you want, because it's unavoidable sometimes. If he locks onto you, he will hit you twice sometimes, and there's nothing you can do about it because he staggers you. So you need to be able to survive 2 hits, ideally. Again, damage, getting up to around 130. You know, you want to be getting to 46 points overall, 45 minimum. I mean, you could drop a bit as well, but I think if you go too low on damage, then it starts to feel like a tank rather than a DPS, right? Stamina, I think 95 plus is workable, and obviously you want to be in the fast range. Pretty simple, really. I think other than that, yeah, it's very fun, but it does take a bit of time to get it to this point where you've got really good stamina, right? So the key points I would say on this build are, this needs doing first, right? You need the attack speed, so you can fly around quick. You can make quick adjustments, manage the range really quick. Then stamina is really important, right? Get these pants, get the recovery. Because if you run out of stamina, that's fine if you run out of stamina like that quick, let's say. But if you can get out and let it recover really quick, you're back in again. So get these pants next. Try and get these rings working, so get this ring, get health regen here to counteract this ring and get these other 2 rings in. Then start building the other stuff in. Try and build damage along the way as well. Maybe get crit chance first, that's always a priority. Get a bit of crit chance going. Maybe one crit damage, because the crit damage is quite low base. But you should get a crit chance here. Get it into the pants here, then do a crit damage in a blue helmet. That should be a good start for you in terms of getting a bit of damage in there. And maybe try and get an armor pen in it, obviously, as well. On these 2 first. Then I'd get the extra crit damage. Obviously the healing's important, but If you get a gem in the shield, it should be pretty good anyway. You know, the healing boost is not essential, but it's very, very nice at the end, the very, very end game. That's the order I would say. You want to go in, charged attack, obviously get that when you can. Sooner you get that, it's really, really nice, but it does boost the charged attack damage by a lot. Yeah, super fun. This is one of those builds where you can do anything in the game because of the way you can manage the distance, insane damage. Like, if this is the boss here, you can attack them from about here, like, easily. That's just crazy that you can get in that quick with this fast range, so... Get in, do that, get out, charge attack, out, stab again. Once you start to master the timing, you'll just be able to do charge attack after charge attack, so... Do charge attack, get out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to master. If you play it a lot, you will get used to the timings of it, but there is a chance you will do a dodge forward if you don't get it right. But yeah, super good on bosses if you master that. I really enjoyed making this one. Super fast for farming the pestilence as well, like really good. So yeah, really enjoyed it. If you want to block, you can try blocking. I don't think it's just a start stick for me, and it looks cool. So shields are very good. I've underrated them, but they are very, very good. I might have to use them more. Yep, gonna do some more build videos. I've got the next one I'm working on is gonna be super fun. Looking forward to that one as well. But yeah, those of you waiting for the spear build, I think you're gonna love this. Turned out way better than what I thought. So I think if you run this as your main, you will not be disappointed. Super strong, really, really good.